Welcome back, guys, to Sports Prophecy TV. Is Jay Taylor here, and I'm just here to basically break down the coach of the Reggae Boys, his previous reaction to the group stage draw in the 2023 Concacaf Gold Cup qualifiers. I thought I was a bit taken back by his some of his statements. I was looking for the coach to be a bit more excited. He sounded a bit pessimistic in the approach, and he sounds like he has a lot of questions. I can understand this as this coach is a brand new coach. This is his first time coaching anywhere in the region. As we all know, Coach Hallgrimsson has previously coached Iceland, which is I would say European, Scandinavian country. They are quite small in population, so a lot of people thought he did an amazing job by getting that team to the World Cup. Though he had a lot of help, we all know he was an understudy to the previous Swedish head coach who coached the Icelandic team. However, they also had good results in the Euros, and they also went on to have good results in other friendly fixtures. A lot of people would say that Coach Heimar Hallgrimsson has been one of those coaches who has helped to put Iceland on the map when it came onto football. I know you all can remember that famous Viking chant that they did the Icelandic team, and that caught on social media, and everybody ran with that. Now back to football. No, he is the coach of the Jamaica Reggae Boys, and this is a new challenge for Coach Heimar Hallgrimsson. He also stated in some of his previous press conferences some of the challenges that he has been facing with the Jamaica Football Federation. As we all know, there has been a lot to talk about when it comes on to the federation, as players were disgruntled, players weren't paid properly, the negotiations broke down, travel expenses, logistics. There was a lot going wrong with the Football Federation. But I have to also say, we can recognize that there has been a lot of progress being made. We have a new general secretary in Dennis Chung, who has basically kind of took the mantle from Dalton Wint, who a lot would say would go down in history as one of the worst general secretary Gen 6 for Jamaica, as he did a terrible job, and all the players basically had to boycott for him to get out of the job. But let's get back to the coach's statements that he made in the press conference. He talked about Jamaica playing a team like Nicaragua. I stated that in my previous live video that Jamaica has always had difficulty with a team like Nicaragua because you don't really know how to approach a game with them because they're not one of those teams that dominates Central or South America or the Caribbean. They're just a team that's always right about there. They will show up for some games and they play well today, but they haven't been consistent. What I'm worried about is in this Gold Cup, there you only have one chance to play them. So you have to get it right in that first game. And I think maybe this is why the coach sounded a bit questionable about how to approach this Nicaragua team. He stated he doesn't know much about them. And I'm sure based on him um, bringing this up, he might have already started to do his research. As we all know, there's still going to be another fourth place team. So I always also want to see how the coach going to approach having a team like Curacao, who we know has been gradually growing in this region and been making incremental progress in their football in that island. Well, the coach sounded as if he wants the fans to basically, he didn't exactly come out and say that, but me reading between the lines, it sounded a bit like he wanted the fans to be on the side of caution as we are entering into unknown territory. Well, for the head coach, Jamaica, as you know, we've played in this competition ever since it's been around. We have competed, we have made it out of the first round majority of the times we played in this competition. So the expectation for this Jamaica team is at least getting out of the first round. But I wanted to hear the coach saying, I'm trying to build a team to go there and win this, just like he stated when he was going to Mexico. So I wasn't very impressed with the way he articulated himself about the competition. I wanted to hear a bit more vibrancy or just enthusiasm to kind of get the fans behind the head coach. He sounded a bit just jaded or a bit flatlined or nonchalant with the answers pertaining to this um, Gold Cup qualifiers. However, it's still early days. I think he will try to get together at least one or two friendlies to kind of prep the team and get the team ready. And I'm hoping that he can do everything in his powers to get the players that we need, the players like Omari Hutchinson, the players like Demarai Gray, get those players into the setup, and maybe his tone will change and he will sound a bit more optimistic. But as for this specific press conference, I wasn't impressed with how the coach sounded. His voice didn't sound, or his answers didn't sound like it would conjure up the spirit that we need to get the fans on board. However, as we said, it's early days, guys. There's going to be a lot of football to be played this summer. The Concacaf 2023 Gold Cup qualifier competition starts in June. So we are all looking forward to that. But let's just hold tight. Let's see what the coach has in his arsenal. As you know, he's a new coach. He has only have played a few friendlies with these teams. He played why I say teams is like basically the team is split right now with fringe players and players who are developmental players, and then we kind of have now finally have a core set of players, the senior players, the Ravel Morrisons, the Leon Baileys, the Shamar. Those players are the Jamaican senior players. But big things coming based on what we saw in that Mexico game. So now the coach has to just build on this, and he also has to just take into consideration that Jamaicans, we feed off a specific tone when we are going into battle. So he probably wants to also get that down. However, I'm fully behind the team, fully supportive of what he's trying to do, and hope we can get it together before this qualifier. Thank you again, guys, for tuning into Sports Prophecy TV. See you. Catch you next time. I'm out.